Hi everyone, I can't believe we only have 1 week of camp left. Time went by so fast this summer. I hope you have all enjoyed the videos I have been making for you. I had a lot of fun making them and I actually learned a lot as well, so this has been a great experience for me too. There is a saying that goes, give a man a fish and you feed him for a day, teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. For those of you who may not have heard this before, it basically outlines the difference between giving you everything so you can survive and then letting you do it on your own. So when you were a young child, your parents may be doing the first part of the saying. They're only giving you the fish every day because you may not have been able to do more than just babble. Then when you're older, people start teaching you how to fish, and then you can start being more independent and doing things on your own. Now, I believe there is a bit of a gap in the saying. Yes, you can teach people to fish, but once you walk away from teaching them, they still may not have the tools to actually fish. That would be like if on one of your cooking videos with Grandma Rebecca, she taught you a recipe, but at home you didn't have the right tools like a can opener, a sift, or even a juicer. So in this week's video, I want to switch gears now and stop giving you facts and start giving you tools on how to ease into any of the healthy habits you may want to form, and more importantly, how to maintain them. The best tool or piece of advice I can give you is to start slow and low. The biggest reason why people fail their goals is because they add too many tasks or goals to their list and then they burn out. Start by picking 2 things that you really want to improve on and work your way up from there. Chances are that once you start one healthy habit, like sleeping better or drinking more water, you will have some sort of domino effect, and slowly but surely you will also begin to incorporate new habits. Also, make sure to pick things that are in your control, like drinking 8 glasses of water a day or watching TV for less than 2 hours. Picking things like growing 3 more inches or going to the moon in the next 3 years are not in your control, as you can't pick your height and NASA is no longer sending people to the moon. Choosing goals that are not in your control can hurt your confidence in the long run and can negatively affect the rest of your goals. Eventually, all of these goals will form a habit and it won't even be a goal anymore. It will just be part of your daily life. Once you pick 1 or 2 goals you want to pursue, now it's time to get into details and make it SMART. SMART stands for specific, measurable, assignable, relevant, and time-based. This step is super important because making a goal is not what is going to make a difference in getting to that goal or fulfilling it. For example, think about how many people dream of going to the Olympics. A lot of people have that goal, but not everyone who has that goal gets there. The people that do get there are the people that make it a goal and then come up with specific, measurable, assignable, relevant, and time-based action items and then create systems so that by the time an Olympic trial year comes, they are ready to make that dream come true. I'll give you an example. If my big picture goal is to eat more plant-based meals, my SMART goal is going to look something like this. To achieve my health goals, to be eco-friendly, I will search for simple recipes so that I can cook 3 plant-based meals a week. The specific is plant-based meals. The measurable is 3 meals a week. The assignable is the search for simple recipes. The relevant is health goals and eco-friendly because I care about the environment. And the time-based is 3 meals a week versus like 3 meals a day or 3 meals a month. The next tool for keeping a goal is confidence. I'm not talking about the confidence you will gain once you start working towards your goal, because that will happen sooner or later. I'm talking about the confidence that you're going to be able to achieve that goal. Think about past goals that you've had and were they reasonable? For example, did you say you were going to start running 3 miles every day, even though you only ran 1 mile 2 times a week before that? When coming up with goals, look at all the things you have going on in your life. School, work, sports, religious activities, and anything else, and see if you are really going to be able to make that goal happen. Ask yourself, on a scale of 1 to 10, how doable is this goal? If it's anything less than a 7, rethink your goal so that it's more doable. Back to my example. I have 2 part-time jobs and I'm also applying to a job in the field I went to college for. So saying I wanted to cook 5 meals a week, 5 new plant-based meals a week, I would rate that a 4 because that would mean a new recipe every single day of the week, and I don't have the time or patience to learn that. 3 meals a week is more doable because that leaves 2 days of the week where I can cook something that I already know, making the process, and therefore that is something I will likely stick to and will yield better results for the long run. Okay, the final piece of advice, and if you are a perfectionist, this might be the most important piece of advice, is that doing something is better than doing nothing at all. Maybe your goal was to run 2 miles every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And maybe it's a Wednesday and you're really tired and it's raining outside and you don't think you can do the 2 miles that day. Most of the time when we feel like this, a lot of people will feel disappointed that they won't get to the 2 miles, so they won't try at all. But that's not true. Even if you ran half a mile, you still did more than 0 miles. Or even if you didn't run at all, maybe you just did 15 push-ups, 15 sit-ups, and 15 squats, that's still better than 0 exercise at all towards your goal. Also, make sure to keep revisiting your goal, maybe every 2 weeks. Is your goal still working for you? Do you need to run less miles or maybe even more? Is your goal no longer relevant to you? Do you want to try biking instead, or maybe focus on sleeping more? Did a global pandemic happen and now your goal is out of your control? That's okay. Take a break from it for a while and focus on something else. Something super important that needs to be known is that failure is a part of life, okay? Not all failure is bad. Some of it is actually great if you learn from your mistakes. But most importantly, you keep failing because you keep trying. If you never tried, sure, you would never fail, but you would also not succeed. That's why it's important to make more detailed goals and set systems to achieve them, because when you fail, you'll have a way of knowing what went wrong and what you can do better next time. The failure is not what's important, it's the lessons that you learned. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to me and my bird in the background. I hope you all got something useful out of this. I'll see you all one last time next week. Bye!